What are we doing here? My God.
Oh my God.
I have my podcast guest today. This is a newly launched Let's podcast ourselves. Let's welcome our guest. Hello.
Hi, Fab.
Hey,
Thank you for
hello.
having me.
You're welcome. Do you remember the last time we have our first encounter?
I think so, yes. I think I met you when you were introduced to me by your boss, which was, one of the moments I think was during the time that we hosted an event together.
Yeah.
With the rest of the leaders in our company. So
I remember that.
For your former company.
So
I'm still there.
We co-hosted several events.
Yes.
Such as Town Hall.
Yes.
And Christmas party. And for those time, I remember, you're always fluent in English, even your vocabulary. And I'm the one that, what we call in our language, baklang kanal there. Always Tagalog and comedy, even though our medium should be English. And you know what? This is so exciting because the fun fact that I would have here before we start the topic, because I know the topic that we're going to have is an honest look of being in 30s. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
The fun fact that I do have is I am at my 29. This year, I am turning 30s. That's why I think of someone I can invite that can give me a further perspective on how to handle your 30s. And then you came into my mind. And then I said, I always have this kind of comedic and always funny thing of podcasts. Why not this year I try a serious note of podcasts such as Let's Podcast Ourselves. And I am scrolling in the social media. I saw your post about 30s and I said, let's do 30s. And you are the right fit in this show.
Oh, thank you.
It's Ella in our organization. She's very well known of her speaking capability. Toastmaster.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Do you remember? We're in the same club.
Oh yeah, it's Toastmasters is our club.
Yeah.
Or it's a club that's been going on for like more than 70 years. But we are both members of the Toastmasters
Yes,
club.
way back then.
I'm no longer active.
In the Toastmaster. At least.
But
part
we
of
had
your
our time there, yeah. So really recommend, just a side note.
Toastmaster.
Really recommend, if you really want your confidence or to boost your confidence.
Communication
and speak in public,
skills.
yes. So
Toastmaster. We're
Toastmasters
promoting
Club. It's a place to be. Okay, yes.
Now, I said
30s.
that as a fun fact again because you said prior to this podcast, 2 weeks from now, it's your birthday.
Yes, it is my 39th.
And
birthday.
2 weeks from now, you're going to turn 40s.
Yes. So actually, this is my last year on my 30s.
And
so next year, I'm going to turn 40.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
And this is my last year. Oh, no. Yeah, this is the year where I will be turning 30s. That's why this is a good fit. We're going to exchange ideas on how will you give us advice to those who's going to turn 30s.
Okay, I'm going to try. I'm not I don't feel giving, like if this is giving advice. I think this is just like
your perspective.
Storytelling because
And your
not a life
perspective.
coach or anything. But yes.
I'm excited.
All
Okay.
right, let's get it on.
First, I was thinking, when you say 30s, just give me first a one word that's coming into your mind right now when you say 30s.
Okay. Balance, I think, is one word that comes to mind. I'll. Do you mind if I share?
Sure.
Why it's
Balance is why.
So, in my 20s, it's all about hustling, like
Yep.
going to work. And I was telling you this earlier.
Yep.
It's all about like going to work and then maybe meet some friends. I don't know if I had some time for friends, but yeah, meet up with friends with like a close circle of friends, and then sleep, work later, right? Go
Yep.
home, sleep, then work again. It's like that, and then
Very routine.
yes, routine. So and then the OT that I mentioned earlier. So I was one of the takers for like a long period of time
For
OT,
overtime.
For overtime.
Oh my
so
God.
was hustling and bustling during that time. So that was what my 20s was about. 30s was about balance because I didn't really think of work as just work, like
Yeah.
something to get salary from to pay your bills, right? Like to it's a career. It became a career for me. So for context, in my 30s, I was becoming a leader in the organization. So it's starting to shift now. My priorities are starting to shift. So okay, I got married too during my I got married when I was 29, but following year I turned 30. So
Okay.
building a family, building your career and building a family. So that came both at the same time. But there was balance because we didn't have kids yet. So we
During those
spent
times.
yeah, during those times. So my husband and I spent our lives knowing each other because we only dated for 2 years before we got married. So
Interesting.
yes. So and then we got married. We planned to travel together, to spend our time together, just traveling. So we did all that during our 30s before we had kids or a kid.
I love when you mention the word balance.
Yes.
Why? I'm also once a victim or having a victim mentality in my 20s that side hustling will make it. I have that kind of perception. If I do this all out every time, if I'm going to fight for what I want, that's just the life for me.
Yeah.
I didn't consider any such factor, like what you mentioned about balance, the relationships, family, the life outside work, outside of thinking money. Oh my God.
Yes.
So balance, I think, is one of those reminder for me that it's really important because time really flies so fucking fast. Sorry for the word, but
Yes,
that's really is.
yes, it does. Because imagine my child is 4 years old now. Imagine, or turning 4 next month. Time just flies by, and you've got to.
It's unforgiving if you're also not forgiving to yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to make use of the time that was
Correct.
given to you. That's Gandalf, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. We thought
Yeah.
side hustling is the king. We forgot other part of the equation such as resting, reconnecting with
Yes.
nature, family.
I'm so glad that you brought this up because during 20s you only think of like, okay, I have to earn money so that I can do what I want. That's absolutely, yeah. It's totally the same for me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I wanna just hang out with my friends or maybe just drink during the weekends, right? And do whatever I want, and then pay the bills. But I didn't have any savings back then. I had some debt.
During those times, no.
So yeah, just the term kaskas mentality, kaskas here, kaskas here. Yeah, so I didn't have much. I didn't put so much thought in my spending.
Other questions I have, since we're talking about 30s. When you were 20s, what were your expectations for your 30s? Do you have any goal or any sense of this time I'm going to have a direction in life or something?
Yes, so things started to shift when I became a leader in the organization. That's when things started to get, okay, this is getting serious for me. But yeah, so that's my turning point actually. That when I got accepted as a leader in the organization, I thought, okay, so maybe I'm worth something. Or maybe my purpose in life is something else other than paying bills and having fun during the weekend. So this is not just the life that I'm supposed to lead, right? So yeah, so the expectation is for me to start building on what I want for myself. Because in my 20s, I was kind of the breadwinner. I'm not really like alone in that because I have my siblings with me helping out with bills at home. But I also want to have a life of my own. I want to build my family. I want to buy a car. I want to buy a house. And that hasn't happened yet.
During your 20s?
During my 20s. So in my 30s, I'm like, okay, so I became a leader. This is it. I'm going to set my path towards those goals that I want. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy.
I now know and remember the term we spoke about earlier. It's about direction. You mentioned about when you were in your 20s. Even I myself, I'm also guilty of having or nothing any sense of direction in my end. So before I thought, I'm still too young, I can do a lot, I have a lot of energy, sure, that's 20s. But having no preparation at all, it's kind of scary nowadays. Before it can be, but the life, how rapid it is, technology arising, everything changed so fast. If you don't have that kind of sense of direction, it's kind of scary what a 30s looks like for me that always haunts me every night. Can you imagine that?
Oh, yes. I think it used to haunt my dreams as well because I feel like I haven't achieved anything yet
During your 20s.
during my 20s.
But look at you now.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
a total transformation. You can tell that.
Yes.
So you became a leader.
Probably. Oh, well, yeah.
This time, let's talk about career and finance.
Sure.
So for career, you became a leader in your 30s. When there is like a career shift, even internally, like a promotion or stuff, especially if it occurs in 30s, do you say would you say safe enough that you are matured enough in those times to handle responsibilities?
At the beginning, no. Yeah.
You still feel like you're in your 20s, right? In the early 30s.
Yeah, in the beginning of my leadership career, I thought, well, when things fail, and that was, I think, one of the things that I learned like over the years, like when you fail, when I failed, because there are some failures that you will have, like as a
For sure.
or as a person, right? Like there's always self-blame, there's always like the anxiety of, well, I fucked things up, right? So, but there's also a greater sense of accountability, right? So, because it's not the world is in your shoulders, but you have people reporting to you. So you now have a sense of responsibility in that sense. So, the maturity is starting to come there.
30s.
Yeah, because it comes with a role as well, not the age. Maybe you felt that because you were a leader too in your 20s.
Yeah.
Right? So you feel that,
same.
the responsibility weighing on you.
You know what scared me the most is when I've heard the word from you, accountability. Because before, I don't realize the value of it. In 30s, it's not an option anymore. It's required for you to do so.
Yes.
Speaking of accountability, from the word itself, accountable or accounting, finances.
Okay.
We have to be accountable in our finances,
Yes.
especially in 30s. Because I'm not sure if you have this mentality. Is 30s really like a make or break of your future, do you think? In any aspect?
Actually, no. So let me put some
Go ahead.
context on that. Because earlier I was telling you, and you asked me this question, if you don't mind me saying that right now. Does life begin at your 40s, right? Or does life begin
in anything?
Yeah, in your 40s. But so my answer is it depends. Because we have our own timelines, right? So if you are, let's say, a breadwinner, you will start to get things for yourself longer than others. So some others in their 20s, they already bought a house, they already bought a car, but we shouldn't have the pressure to do that because we have our own timeline, right?
Yeah.
So in your 40s, if you haven't bought a car yet, if you haven't had a house or bought a house yet and you haven't saved yet, I don't think you should be pressured. You should continue to chase that goal, don't get me wrong. But if you haven't met it yet, you should just continue. I mean, it's just life, right?
Correct.
I mean, we have our own timelines.
And
so
thanks for reminding us of that because we now in a generations, even before it's already a thing of setting a timeline into something. In this kind of age, I should have a family. In this kind of age, I should have this, that, and that. But for those who's not yet in the goal that they have, in the timeline that they want, thank you for reminding us that there's always something that you can start over. Maybe that doesn't happen to you the way you want it because there's something better for you that's meant for you. That's what I realized too. Because before, when I became a leader for so young, I'm not sure, 24, 25, I couldn't remember. I thought having that, it's already the timeline. But after that, after being a leader, there's a lot of things that is not part of my plan. That's way, way better. That's not in my timeline.
Yeah.
Because if you decide your timeline already, I'm telling you, it's going to lead into disappointment if it doesn't happen.
That's true. Very true.
Right.
Very
And
true.
you will enforce it to other people too, to have that kind of timeline to themselves, which shouldn't be nowadays because we were in a culture or tradition of being reminded of something. Like in our language, uy, mag-asawa ka na. Uy, kailan ka ba mag-aasawa?
Exactly. Right.
So that's a thing. And I know for sure this is one of the highlight that we have in this podcast. Let's talk about relationship and social life in 30s. For sure, there is also big changes. I remember you said 29, you get married.
Yep, I got
That's
married.
now start to approach 30s. First, let's have, how's your perspective of friendship look like during your 30s?
So you will have, well, pretty much in your 20s, you already have a close circle of friends,
Yeah.
right? But that was a larger circle of friends that I had before. I'll be honest, some of my friends that I have
Yeah.
before in my 20s, we no longer connect as much in my 30s, and that's not intentional.
Yeah.
I haven't let go of anyone, maybe purposely. Maybe some of them let go of me, but that's okay. I mean, you grow apart. People grow apart, and that's
normal.
fine, right? And maybe in my 20s, I would have, or maybe in my like teenage years, I would have gotten hurt from that. But in my 30s, you would start accepting that, okay, this is your circle of friends. You have a closer, more tight, well, a tighter knit of friends that you have, which is fine. You're fine with that. Especially now, I'm a parent. It's harder.
Let's talk about that in
Yeah,
few.
yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
excited to look to know more about it. You know what? I remember also about this kind of social life or relationships we have in people. Something that reminds me is about schooling. When you were in kinder, when you were in elementary, high school or college, I also felt like my circle getting smaller and smaller and
Yes.
smaller as you progress. There's always a graduation in life. Every year, you outgrow some of your classmates.
Yes.
You were best friends. You were sitting with one another. Then the next year, it's totally different. If you have to go to another school, it's totally different. That's how schooling teach me about life, or even 30s, right? And then I said about the family, the relationships that you have in your family. How did it change instantly from having, I can say, so much freedom in your 20s? When you became family, you're married, you're now having a child. How's the experience for you? How did your life change instantly during those times?
Oh, it did change. It was something I expected. You know, when I was pregnant, I was preparing for that moment. But one thing that I didn't prepare for was the kind of child that you are, that you will be given, because you were, and the situations or the circumstances surrounding the birth itself, because my child was born premature. I'm not sure. I think some of the
Some
people
of them
here
know.
know. Yeah. So he was born 34 weeks. So that's like six weeks earlier than expected. So he stayed in the NICU for 3 weeks, almost a month. Right. So it was financially draining. My savings were depleted. Our savings, my husband and I. So, but it was worth it. Because right now, he's the joy of our family. And actually, ironically enough, when you talk about like immediate family, we weren't really close in my 20s. Like, I mentioned to you, I was just hustling at work and then coming home, sleep because we were night shift.
Yeah.
And then wake up, go to work again, right? So in my 30s, we became closer. My immediate family, my mom, I became closer to my mom and my dad and my immediate family, my siblings, because I think the child bonded us more than anything, because my mom takes care of my son. She stays with us in our house during the weekdays, and we send her home in our family home with my dad. La love life muna siya. Yeah, during the weekends. So I think yeah, we became closer. The notion is you gave me that term freedom. I had more freedom in my 20s. I didn't spend that freedom to spend time with my family. So I spent more of my time right now with my family, even if the circumstances surrounding it are a little bit like maybe required because I have to take care of my mom has to take care of my child. But I think it's meant to be that way.
Yes, and I admire you for that.
Thank
of
you.
course, when someone mentioned what's the greatest job anyone could have, I can't compare, but it's always mother for me. It's
Yes.
something that is priceless. No salary is worth of being a mother, because I guess the true definition I guess of motherhood is not freedom, but it's more peaceful if you know that your family are really well, especially your child.
Yes.
Given the situation you have faced, it might be financially draining, but I also observe a lot of moms. They just surrender everything and give everything that they can have. When you say surrender, it's not that they're not planning, but they're trusting the process, because
Yes.
it's so easy to give up if you're a mother. There's a lot of changes in the body, in the
Yes.
moods, and everything. Like you said, the
Exactly.
financial, and then you experience it in your 30s, in your situations and stuff. But look at most of the mothers now, right? If someone finished the education of their child,
Yes.
despite of all the challenges, and when you compare the life that most of us have before, you could tell there's a lot of hardships, because there's a lot of conveniences right now, right?
Yes,
Given the
that's
technology that we have. But I couldn't imagine all of our mothers before. How did they raise us that well? And I couldn't explain. You can relate to this. You can answer this.
Yes.
Why most of the mother, they have a lot to say, and then the children, like myself, I felt before, I don't want to hear it anymore. I've heard a lot of things that you have said several times already. But when you became a mother, it does make sense now. Can you tell me
Yes.
more about it?
Sure. So, of course, when you're hearing it from your mom, all the wisdom. So you're gonna be poor or without me, or you're gonna suffer without me. Your
If I'm
mom-
going to die?
yeah. Or
Would you be able to live? Something like that.
yeah. So, and during my time, ... Right. So you always get that, like, in my time we didn't have this and that. They always tell you that, right?
Yeah.
Like your mom. Or your parents.
Yep.
So I end up saying that to my child now. Like, for example, the conveniences of having a device like a mobile phone,
Right.
right? Now it's very common for kids to have like their own tablet, their own cell phone.
Gadgets.
Yeah, but we didn't have that
We did,
luxury
right?
when we were children. So, and I think the worry or the anxiety that it gives us is actually more than in the past, right? Like in the past, you don't worry about, or parents don't worry about. Maybe they do, but it doesn't come across that way. Like, say you're going to a friend's house,
Yeah.
and that house doesn't have a landline or something. What were they thinking during that time? So now that you're a parent, and I can imagine my child when he goes to like a friend's house now,
Without
I
any-
would probably call every hour. So yeah, I could relate to like my mom now, and I wish I could tell. Well, I can. Maybe I and my mom, she's probably gonna listen to this episode. You're right.
In everything that she has said
Yeah.
to you before.
Mom, you're right. It's hard.
And given that family really changed you, really reshape everything,
Yes.
would you say that your mindset shift massively as well?
Oh yes, dramatically.
When you were in 30s, and then you suddenly had a family, and everything is something that really changed you.
Yes. One thing that shifted for me is that, because I was a control freak in my 20s. Like, everything should be fixed, everything should be in its
Organized.
place, everything should be organized, and I should take control of my life, yada, yada, yada. It's no longer that. So it's focused on what you can control now. Like, you
Yep.
have this circle. So I've shared this perspective to my leaders. You have this circle of influence.
Yeah.
You are here. So the circle that's bigger here, you no longer control that, or you need to identify what you can influence and what you can directly control and what's totally not within your control.
I love that.
Yeah, because if you have that power to think that, okay, you are capable of doing some things to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So it's not like not everything is under your control.
Correct.
So I've learned to let go of some things that I cannot control in my 30s.
Nowadays, there's a lot of things to consume. If you don't know how to filter, like what you said,
Yes.
within your circle, you're going to lost it.
Yes.
You're going to be lost in the process of, why am I doing that? If you're not careful of filtering your friends,
Correct.
the way you consume anything online, everything nowadays, there's a lot of options than before.
That's true.
That's really cool. And relationships, I guess, would you say that it's really important to build a community in that kind of age? Because in 20s, I felt like the only community that I know is your friends. But if community is so important, what type of community someone should go into if you have something in mind in your 30s?
It's something that you build, right? It's not something that it's something that you choose, because sometimes friends come into your life and you just, okay, well, you're now here, so I'm going to be with you, right? But you now have control of who can influence you.
Yep.
And one thing that's most important, I think, in life is choosing a life partner.
Yes.
Because when you choose a life partner that supports you, that nourishes you, that makes you, not complete, but that fulfills your needs, and who knows your needs and knows how to respect you and respect your time, knows your limits as well, and is willing to protect you. And be with you for the rest of your life. Not just, be with, but spend time, right? So that's different. So choosing a life partner is really, really crucial to that stage. Because when you have a relationship that doesn't really work out to make you a better person, I don't think that's going to work out for the better of
Choosing
you in the long run.
A life partner, do you think, aside from, because you cannot really tell, just base it in emotions, there's a lot of factors involved.
Yes.
Right? So choosing a life partner, what I got from you, you're choosing as well the future of your finances.
Yes.
The
correct.
future of your family, the head of the family, the children. And for those being pressured of having or not finding their life partner
one.
yet, how will they overcome their pressure if they are now in their 30s?
Ooh, wow, that's
Love
profound.
advice.
I know, that's so profound. So think of it this way, right? When people say marriage or love is not like rice that you will just consume, and if it's hot, you can
Swallow it.
you can choose to spit it out.
Yep.
So it's not. It's true. It's still true to this day, because we don't have divorce in the Philippines, sadly. For me, actually, it's both ways. So when love is something that you feel within you, but it's also a choice.
Yeah.
The reason behind that is you choose. So the decisions that you make every day to be with that person, to be with a person that you love, you have to continuously do the effort for your loved one. So for people who are pressured to find someone to love,
Love of their life.
yeah, the love of their lives, the person is much more important than having just somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's actually better to be single if you cannot find someone like that, who can nourish and protect you and support you and be with you and be willing to change and grow with you. And growth is important too in a relationship, because if you're growing together, in a relationship, you feel that you're a better person with this person,
Yeah.
that's an indicator that you're with the one. So you're better. Actually, it's kind of cruel, but I would say this: if you cannot find that person who would do those things
Yeah.
with you and to you, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
Just be single.
Exactly.
I'm just lucky.
Because-
I'm just lucky.
Love really fades if you don't
Yeah.
choose wisely.
Yeah, that's true.
If you said if you cannot grow together, because you're going to spend the rest of your life together.
Yep.
Every single minute in that house. Although you have to go out for work, but in reality, you guys will be there. There will be times where you don't feel your presence, both of you, right?
Yes.
Sometimes it feels like it's really failing, but how will you guys can communicate and grow together in those stages, right?
Yes,
Now,
that's
there's
true.
a lot of things to talk about it, but the other thing here is the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that every stages of our life, our mindset evolves?
Yes, I believe that.
In what sense?
I think that for every milestone, or for every not just milestone but failure,
Yeah.
you experience something more profound in your life. You have a realization, but sometimes it's a do or die thing. So it can either destroy you or change your mindset in a bad way, or change your mindset in a more positive way. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly.
Is what they say. So if you choose to make it a more positive experience for you, and sometimes it's hard when you like experience maybe grief.
Yeah.
I've had that. My grandmother died when I was in my 20s, so that was really hard. So that, and any challenge in life, if you feel like life is going sideways, then you are in control. You can shift it.
Yeah.
So focus on what you can control. Going back to earlier.
Exactly. And what I got on what you said, your mindset will start to shift based on the experiences.
Yeah.
Experiences happens every day. So experiences every day is not the same. That's why
Oh, I like that perspective.
you're no longer a same person you used to be yesterday.
Yes. Oh,
I'm a
I love that. I
firm
love
believer
that.
of it. Kind to think of it. When I start to approach now to think of my 30s, before, most of my goals are driven to material things. Experiences redefine us.
Same, actually.
The meaning of life, right?
Yep.
Especially you in your situation when you became a mother. The definition of your life way back then is way different. When we were a child, when we asked
Yes.
this, it's really different. The way you plan it, nah, it didn't really happen. Shit happens, good thing happens.
Yep.
And sometimes those experiences really reshaped us.
That's true.
And I thought before we're going to be like human. Human itself, it doesn't change, it doesn't evolve. That's why human became human because of evolution of experiences for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
You shed dead skin cells every day, so you're not the same person as you were yesterday. No, but
I thought it's just the body or physical appearance
yeah,
thing that
but
changed.
no, that's true.
The mindset. Before, in your immature stage, you thought you could have the world. You can change the world. And now, like you said, you will learn to choose your battle in your circles.
Yes,
As you
that's
grow
true. That's
old
true.
by. Oh my God. How do you handle stress and setbacks in your 30s, if you could remember anything?
Okay, so that also shifted when I was a leader, because before it's escape.
Yeah.
Like escapism. So you have video games to keep you company. You have your TV shows. You have drinks and friends to be with, right? And so much more distraction, right?
Yeah.
But in my 30s, it's more of you go through it, you face it, right?
That's
Face
the
it
word.
head on, right? And you feel sad, you feel frustrated, you just feel it. You allow it to take over you. Even, I mean, it's only human to do that.
Exactly.
You wallow in it. You face it, because I think at times when we escape, and that's something that I've always done in my 20s. it will come biting back at you later in life, or like later it would just, it will be a tsunami of emotions later on, and then you could just the world just stops, and before you allow yourself to do that, just go through it. Just face the music, whatever emotion you're feeling during that time. Don't let it just let it take over you. Some people would say, oh, it's okay, don't let it don't feel that way. No, feel that way.
You have
it's
to.
only human to do that, right? It's human to cry. It's human to feel like not doing anything, right? But
feeling stagnant at some point.
But you have to be fast as well. Like, after you do that, you have to contemplate your next steps, because you can't just stay there. Sabi nga nila, don't parang wag mong if you have something that you're going through, just go through it, but don't stay there. Wag mong tambayan, right?
You can't. You have to move forward as fast as you can.
Yeah, that's true.
During those thoughts that you have, something came into my mind because I read a book. They said that we mentioned the word balance, right?
Yes.
So that book challenged me to think a provocative way of, what if in this world it's just only pure happiness, luxury, everyone is a millionaire. And there's no failure, there's no grief, there's no sorrow, there's no violence, there's no war. I think the way we think and the mindset that we have, we won't be able to find meaning or purpose in this world. If you don't experience other emotions, the other side of things, like yin or yang, being happy and sad, the grief, the milestones, if there's no opposites of something, life will never work the way it should for me.
And you won't see. So there's always a saying like, well, there's a rainbow after the rain, right? So whatever bad things happen to you, you let it shift your perspective in a good way. And I think that's what we were trying to say earlier, right? About even the challenges, they have their own purpose for you.
Yeah.
So the way you mentioned it, I like it, the yin and yang thing. And it's for a reason. I think that's things that happen like that for a reason. There's black and white, right? There's contrast in everything. And you can't really say, oh, okay, so everything's fine and you can just escape because I want to feel good about myself, or I want to feel good right now. So it's not that way.
Precisely. And if it's always positive in this world, can you imagine? All those positives can be a knowledge. But if there's no other side of it, like negative things, or failure, setbacks, or everything, there's no wisdom in it. And I find it and learn it the hard way, the difference of knowledge and wisdom. Because knowledge, sure, you can learn a lot of amazing things in this world, a lot of wonders in this world. But if you don't learn from falling, from any setbacks, there's no wisdom to gain in life. And wisdom came from a knowledge too, by failing of learning it at first.
Yeah.
But you've learned it because you failed to learn it in that situation. But when you admit to yourself that you haven't learned your lessons yet, and then situations taught you a lesson, something really negative or a failure, that's really wisdom for me.
Yep.
Because before, it's also mind-boggling for me. What if it's always positive? I don't want negative. Why is there such kind of thing in this world? Can we be just at peace all the time? Now I know why there has to be something to learn and to fail for.
That's right.
And we have to move forward fast, as you said.
Correct. And I remember at work, so we always have this idea of getting feedback from people.
Yeah.
So sometimes you would say, oh, reklamador naman ito. Parang they're just complaining, right? But it's not complaint. They're legitimately addressing addressing some real life concerns. And I think when you it's just a matter of perspective, right? So when you say people are complaining or people are just ranting, right? There's a reason behind that. They want to make things better. And that's the reality of things. You can't just be 100%. You're 100% all the time.
Yeah.
there will be failures too.
Every single time.
And you want to use that failure to be a better person.
Exactly. Now, this one is also an exciting part. Are you starting to feel your back hurts all the time?
Yes, my lower back is
Whenever you try to
healing.
run in the morning, your knees, it's starting to, there's something in there.
Yes.
I think it's going to break anytime.
Actually, right now, I'm feeling it.
How do you approach health and wellness for your 30s?
Yes, that's a good question. Because in my 30s, I actually shifted my focus in physical, like overall wellness, not just physical, but mental and emotional wellness. And I think it's really important to invest in your body. Your body is your temple. You know,
Correct.
it's what you bring, right? Every day, like not your bag, not your phone. It's yourself. So if you want to feel good about yourself, you must feel good in the inside.
Correct.
So, so I've been doing running ever since. So I started to run. I actually stopped when I gave birth. So maybe for like a couple of years. I started back. I started running again.
Nice.
More recently.
Like marathon and stuff. Something like that.
No, just 5Ks. Before my husband and I had 10K Sundays. So that was a tradition that we used to have. And we also do home workouts. So 3 or 4 times
It's a great bonding.
a week. Yeah, nothing too fancy. YouTube is there. I mean, there's a lot of videos that you can follow free too.
Yeah.
And with some weights, just buy like 10-pound weights, and you can do it at home. And I think it's such a. Sometimes it's the starting it is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Starting to do.
But if you build a momentum.
If you already are in the habit of doing it, there's no stopping you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it gives you the motivation, the hormones as well.
And your body gets used to it.
Yes.
If you build a momentum, right?
Yeah, your body gets used to the pain.
They also said, someone warned me, if you don't prioritize your health or give a time to your health will force you to give time to it.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So we shouldn't wait for that.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. So take your leaves after year end.
Because we are also a victim mentality of we're having a lot of time, not knowing that every single day we really have to really think about it.
Yeah.
Because if health forces to stop everything that we do, if it suffers, then the time that we have to invest to heal and recover or something, that's a lot to say.
Yes, that's true. It's hard when you're sick. So
Yep.
invest on yourself. Don't wait. Get your meds and your annual checkups. Don't
Exactly.
listen to your doctor.
Yeah.
And actually, the most underrated exercise that you can do is walking.
Exactly. It's
so we have
free.
this. Yes, it's free. You can walk. We have this contest, so I'm going to show you.
Okay.
One, like an app. So I'm not going to promote what app it is. But it's an app that monitors your steps. So here you can also create a challenge. So I think you know some people in here. So
Yes,
it's a challenge
I know
for
that.
walking. So it monitors your steps. You know, sometimes gamify it.
And then there's a ranking. I saw
Yes,
that.
I'm like mid. I mean, it's I've been trying, but there's
nice.
of course there's people that are more masipag than me. So I would, I'm 6 out
Another-
of 13.
Another fun fact.
Yeah.
Walking is free. So the habit that I used to do now, since I'm going to turn 30s, I felt like I'm obligated to do such. So the habit and then the momentum I have built to force myself to do there is every morning, 6 a.m., I have to walk from my house. I'm not sure how many kilometers is that. Going to the coffee shops. That's where I write the episodes of my podcast, just brainstorming by myself, and then I have to walk going back to my house. I think it's I can say it's 6,000 to 8,000 steps based on my tracker.
Oh, nice.
And what's fascinating before, I hate it. The sun when it touches to my skin, I don't
it's
like
hot.
it. But when I started to feel something in my 30s, my back really hurt more often. I said it's really time. And then my mind flows more calmly.
Yes.
I can
yes.
think more clearly. That's the power of walking, right? Just
Yes.
simply walk. I don't have to run, but there's some advantage to it that I
That's
didn't
true.
realize that there's a power to it.
Yes, exercise really shifts your mindset as well. We were
Exactly.
talking about mindset, so
Ah.
it gives you life.
Yep.
Exercise is life, but more so, it also changes your well being. You feel it. So
Yeah.
sometimes there's this notion that you need to lose weight.
Yeah.
And there's these fad diets.
There's
that
like a
I've
standard
been-
set.
Yeah, like that I've been. Well, right now in my in like standard size of women, I'm overweight right now, but I'm healthy. I don't get sick often.
Yeah.
My blood pressure and my
Normal.
blood sugar, cholesterol are all normal. So
That's
that's and I feel like I'm thinking of my health more often now. Like, because I have a kid, I have to
Exactly.
like really invest in myself so that I can live longer. I can take care of him.
And you can enjoy the moment if you're
and
healthy. right?
Yes, yes, that's
When you
true.
travel around, you can walk
Yes,
freely.
yes, exactly.
You're not easily get tired and you're enjoying the moment. Instead of trying to catch your breath, you're trying to catch the great scenery if you're healthy, right?
That's true. But don't wait until your 30s, just like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it as early as,
As
you
you
can,
can.
like now.
This time, I know that 20s might be a craziest decade for most of us, or even teenage. Do you remember any craziest or funniest thing you remember during your 30s that you have done?
Oh my God, there's a lot. Maybe one of the craziest things that I've done. Well, not in terms of crazy, as in crazy. Oh my God, she's losing her mind. Not crazy, but crazy in terms of traveling. So it was the first time that I learned to swim in open water in my 30s.
Oh, okay.
You believe I don't know how to swim, but as an adult, you can still learn how to swim or do some certain skills. So I think it was the craziest moment that I realized, oh my God, this is something I didn't imagine that I would be doing. So we went to Balabac, Palawan.
Okay.
And that was in 2018. So I was in, don't let me do the math, but I think I'm like 32 or 33.
During those times.
Yeah, during those times. So, and I only learned how to swim during that time. So I was in open water without like an island or a boat. But I took swimming lessons. I think that's crazy for me because I haven't really imagined myself doing that. Yeah, like swim in open waters.
Right.
And that was a fear that I had as a child.
Oh.
And I think even in my 20s, like
the water itself.
no, like in an open sea. Like
Oh.
you're in an open sea without or without a life vest.
I can't do that also. I can't. If I can't touch my feet on the ground, I don't swim. I know how to swim.
I understand.
If I don't have a life support, no, I can't swim. So,
But you can do it.
yep,
It's a
life
matter.
changing.
Yeah. Do you know how to swim though?
I do in
Okay.
a pool when there's
Okay.
team building and the likes and everything, so I can do that. But
Yeah,
in the
in
sea,
deep waters. Yeah, it's crazy. So
do you do free diving? Have you experienced that?
I haven't, but it's just free like swimming, like
Okay.
freestyle swimming, and you will.
Interesting.
It's easier to float in the ocean or in the sea, in the beach, than in the pool. So it's harder to swim in the pool.
This is also funny to share, if I could share.
Sure.
I know this is not my turn yet for 30s share. I remember that trauma I have in the open waters and the sea. That was in Cebu. And we have to do snorkeling. And then there's this boat, for those who don't really know how to swim in open water. you have to have your hand into the boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have
And then
to
when,
hold
when,
on.
when the
Yeah.
boat is running, you have an option to have your hands in the boat. And then you have your head trying to look around in the sea. And then, in my surprise, my arms are not that strong. And then,
Oh no, you let go?
my boat left me.
Oh,
in the middle of the
no!
sea, they didn't notice. I keep screaming. They just realized. I'm not sure if it's 5 to 10 minutes.
That's scary.
I can still see them, but it's not. It's too far when they realize I'm still there, stuck in the middle. That's why I can't do this anymore. I know how to swim, but why is this giving me so much trauma? But it's a good trauma.
Yeah.
I still don't get traumatic to the water. It's just in the open sea.
Just open water. So, yeah, maybe I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then they can't hear you. I don't know how to feel that time.
And you were screaming?
I am screaming. I
Oh
felt like I have to move my feet all alone during those times.
But you had a life jacket. I think
I
that's,
do.
that's a good thing.
If I don't know what happened there.
You're going to swim.
Maybe I became a story during those times. Di ba that's our praise? Magiging kwento ka na
kwento
lang.
ka na lang. Yeah. oo.
That's the narrative there.
Right.
The other thing, memorable things you remember that you will never forget in your 30s.
Ano ba? I think... okay. So, there was a point in my life that I almost quit work. Just because I was frustrated. And this was several times. And I'm not scared to admit it, even if my boss watches this. Hi, Anna. So there were several times like that. And I think the most memorable time that I had was when I was in Alabang. This was the turning point, like in my career, was as a leader. Like I always doubt myself. Is this for me? Am I in the right path? Yeah. So I always end up resting. Like, okay, I take 1 week off, and I'm okay now, and I'm okay. So when I come back to work, I'm okay. But I think that is memorable to me. That moment, because that was critical to me.
You can say like it's almost like
Like
almost
I'm
giving
gonna,
up.
Because my emotions were high during that time. If I did that, I would have regretted it. Because I didn't have any savings. I didn't have anything. I wasn't ready. I didn't have any emergency fund. So that was a turning point for me. Like, okay, I have to really stop being impulsive and start making decisions when my emotions are not high. So, because I fell into that trap back in my 20s. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but I usually fall into that trap. So I make decisions. They say this: don't make decisions when you're happy or when you're extremely sad or when you're feeling an extreme emotion. So don't make any decisions yet. You have to stop and think, okay, is this the right thing? Is this... So you always ask that, right? And you always become contemplative, right? Like when you're no longer feeling that extreme emotion. It's really important. And it's one of the, maybe if you're asking for life advice, probably one of the things that you'll realize is that you can't make these decisions when you have extreme emotions because you're going to regret it later and go back. And there were several times like that. Like, I won't mention those points, but impulse really gets the better of you. And the reason for that is it's a decision that you made in jest. It's a decision you made right then and there without thinking, without deciding what to do next. So, and planning is really important in life.
Yeah.
They say, so there's a rule in planning, like for everything that you do, you always plan. When you fail to plan, or when you
fail to prepare or to plan.
Yeah. So
plan to fail.
Yeah, you plan to fail. So it's really like that. It's true.
That's good. That's really worth advice taking, especially for those coming in their 30s era. And if we want to close this podcast, what sort of words or anything you want to tell yourself during those 30s that you have? I know you're still in 30s, but anything, if you want to summarize your journey or you want to tell yourself about it, what would it be? That's a big word. So.
Oh my gosh. I'd probably tell her, my younger self, don't be too hard on yourself. It's not the end of the world yet. You're only just beginning. So you will encounter more failures, more challenges, but you should be proud of yourself. You should be proud of where you are right now. You should be proud of your achievements because you've worked hard for them. And I think that's what we all... When we look back, we sometimes look back at our regrets, look back on our mistakes. But I think the only time that you should look back is to see how far you've come.
Oh my God. And that's an honest look of
Yes.
being in 30s. Courtesy of Ella.
Thank you. Thank you, Paps, for having me. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy this so much.
Same. There's a lot of wisdom there. I want to thank you, and
you.
we'll talk and catch up later.
Yes,
Oh my
we will.
God.
Thank you.